After their heroic actions in the forest, the three rabbit brothers decided to rest for a while before continuing their journey. They stumbled upon a meadow with lush green grass, colorful flower, and a crystal clear stream running through it. The brothers were amazed by the beauty of the meadow, and decided to take a break there. As they were resting, they noticed a group of ants, who were struggling to carry a large piece of food. The brothers offered to help, and the ants were grateful. They explained that their queen had sent them on a mission to collect food for the winter, but the piece they had found was too heavy for them to carry back to the ant hill. The rabbit brothers knew they had to help the ants, so they offered to carry the piece of food for them. They followed the ants back to their anthill, and as they walked, they noticed that the anthill was in a state of disrepair. The tunnels were collapsing, and the workers were struggling to maintain the structure. The brothers knew they had to help the ants repair their home. They asked the ants what they could do to help, and the ants suggested that they could collect pebbles and dirt to reinforce the tunnels. The brothers agreed and set off to collect the materials. As they were gathering the materials, they noticed that there was a group of moles, who were causing damage to the anthill. They were digging tunnels and causing the structure to collapse even more. The brothers knew they had to stop the moles before they caused any more damage. They came up with a plan to trap the moles. They dug a deep pit, and covered it with leaves and dirt. When the moles came to dig, they fell into the pit, and the brothers were able to chase them away. The ants were delighted, and they thanked the brothers by giving them a beautiful crown made of flowers. As the brothers continued their journey through the meadow, they came across a group of bees who were in trouble. The bees explained that their hive had been attacked by a group of wasps, and their queen was missing. The bees were frantic and didn't know what to do. The brothers knew they had to help the bees find their queen. They followed the bees to their hive, and as they looked around, they noticed that the wasps had taken the queen and had flown away with her. The brothers knew they had to rescue the queen. They followed the wasps to their nest, and as they looked around, they noticed that the queen was being held in a chamber deep within the nest. The brothers knew they had to be brave and rescue the queen. They came up with a plan to distract the wasps. They found a pile of sweet nectar and placed it outside the nest. The wasps were drawn to the nectar, and while they were distracted, the brothers snuck into the nest and rescued the queen. The bees were overjoyed and thanked the brothers by giving them a jar of honey. The brothers continued their journey through the meadow, and as they walked, they noticed a group of birds who were in trouble. The birds explained that their eggs had been stolen by a group of crows, and they didn't know what to do. The brothers knew they had to help the birds. They followed the crows to their nest, and as they looked around, they noticed that the eggs were being kept high up in the branches of a tall tree. The brothers knew they had to climb the tree to get the eggs back. They came up with a plan to distract the crows. They found a shiny object and placed it outside the nest. The crows were drawn to the shiny object, and while they were distracted, the brothers climbed the tree and retrieved the eggs.